everybody. This is Keith Gleason, host of Indie Comics Relay and creator of the Mighty Mascots. And we're here with a January recommendations video. Before we get into that, just want to remind everybody that Mighty Mascots 7, 8, and 9 still available in demand through Indiegogo. We have 3 new issues, and we have a lot of perks, a lot of exciting items, a couple of items that were unlocked with stretch goals, things like that. If you haven't backed it, check it out. The link is in the description of the video. Like I said, we got a lot of fun little items in this campaign and 3 new exciting issues of the Mighty Mascots. So if you're looking for a fun superhero book that you can give to your kids and then even you can enjoy, check out Mighty Mascots. All right. So yeah, I'm back with another January recommendations video. And if you haven't watched one of these, it's basically I go through the previews catalog and I look at items that I am probably going to add to my pull list for this month. And, it's not everything that that looks great. It's things that look interesting to me, stuff that I'm interested in, and also that I would recommend to an audience, so, and just basing that on the storyline that I see, the description, and the artwork that's shown on the website. So so let's take a look at this month selection. So the first one that I see right here, this is Dark Horse Comics. It's called Order and Outrage. It's a return of writer Jim Starlin and Rags Morales as the artist. So that's awesome right there. If you don't know Jim Starlin, he's a legend in the comics field, creator of Thanos. He's done so many, the Infinity Gauntlet, so many great comic stories for Marvel and DC. And it's great to see him back doing something independent, because I find that most independent creators, there's a lot more energy to the work, when they do just independent books. So this one looks interesting. It's like about gene manipulation and, things like that. The artwork looks awesome. Let me see. They don't have it at previews. Sometimes the previews guide has, screenshots of the artwork, but this cover looks very interesting, very different. It's nice to see Jim Starlin back doing stuff. I saw him at a convention a couple of years ago. I just happened to be walking out of a hotel and he was just standing there smoking a cigarette. So I stopped for a few minutes and talked to him. Really nice guy. It was nice to see him without a huge crowd around him. And we talked a little bit. The Avengers Endgame was out at the time, and I talked to a little bit about what he thought about the portrayal of Thanos in the movie and things like that. And really, really nice guy. So I'm glad to see him doing more comics. So this is great. So Jim Starlin and Rags Morales, perfect team. If you're looking to order this, the diamond code, which is right here that I'm highlighting, this is the code that you give to your comic store to have them order it for you and pull it into your pull box. I'm assuming that most stores are going to order this because it is Jim Starlin. But if you have a store that just gets superhero books, this is the code you want to give them so that they can order it for you. All right. So that one's the first one in our recommendations this month. So second one is this one, The Ambassadors by Mark Millar. This is a new one from his Millar world. This is from Image Comics. So this one sounds interesting. It's about a world that they're going to give away 6 superpowers. They're going to give superpowers to 6 people in the world. And how do you choose 6 people out of 8 billion? Which one should get it? Who is, the perfect team? And I was reading, I guess each issue, it's a 6-issue miniseries. Each issue is going to be a different artist and a different character from the 6 that I guess get chosen for, to be given the superpower. So yeah, this looks interesting. I mean, Millar always, puts in good work, and so does Frank Quitely, who is the first issue artist here. And this cover looks great. Yeah, I think this is going to be a winner. So I'm definitely going to check this one out. I wish this one was like $1.99, like his Bite Club that came out, I think, a couple months ago, or it was solicited 2 or 3 months ago, I think. And that the big deal was it was like $1.99. I wish all his books are $1.99. That goes without saying. If you are looking to order the Ambassadors, this is the diamond code that you would want to give your shop. And yeah, this looks cool. Just the image here, two great creators. I'm assuming he'll have other equally strong artists for the remaining of the miniseries as well. So yeah, so check that one out. Ambassadors from Image Comics. All right, next up is this one, Astrobots #1. This is from that new publisher, Whatnot Publishing. I talked about one of their books, I believe, last month. It looks like they're putting out some cool stuff. This looks like a cool giant robot mech anime kind of manga kind of comic. The real thing that caught my attention, though, was Simon Furman is the writer on this. This is the guy that created Death's Head for Marvel Comics. And the description of this is saying that it's kind of like heavy metal. They're saying it's like heavy metal and like a bunch of stuff that, it looks cool. Anything with a giant robot usually gets my attention. So this looks cool. Astrobots. It actually has some of the artwork here too. Let me see if I can bring up an image here. Yeah, see, that looks cool. The guy, this robot right here kind of looks like Death's Head a little bit. You remember that book from Marvel? It was really fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. These guys are, the second month that Whatnot is gonna kind of got on my radar, and this, this looks really cool. So I think I'm gonna check out a couple of their books and see how they are. This is a 5-issue miniseries. And like I said on the previous entry here, this is the diamond code that you'd want to give your shop. So right there, right at the top there, January 231964. All right, to get Astrobots. All right, moving right along. Next book, another Image book. This is Forged #1 by Greg Rucka, Eric Troutman, and Mike Henderson. Now, this sounds really cool, too. Another one that has like a description about heavy metal. It's about, a squad of soldiers that I guess wear like mech armor to fight things. It looks like a very sci-fi kind of edge to it. It's saying right here, it's sci-fi inspired by Conan, heavy metal, and other comics you tried to hide from your parents. Sounds awesome. So this looks cool. The image looks great. Oh, look, it has a previews here. So let's take a look at some of the artwork. Yeah, no, this looks great. It's got a lot of fun. Like I said, anything giant robots, mech, usually really fun to check out. So I definitely will give this one a look. So that's Forged. It's a little pricey. I noticed the price here is $5.99. That's a little. Hopefully, it's a very thick book. I'll have to look at that when it comes out just to make sure that it's worth the money. So. Forge #1, the diamond code is right here. Check that one out as well. And if giant mechs is your thing, so there's a couple of good choices this month, so check that out. All right, moving right along to our last two here. This one is Clear by Scott Snyder and Francis Manipool. I reviewed a couple of Scott Snyder comics recently. In fact, this last week, I dropped a review of Night of the Ghoul #1 that's on the channel if you want to check it out. I've been saying in the review that Scott Snyder, ever since he left DC, his independent stuff has felt like it's got a nice energy to it. It feels, like he's excited to write independent characters, his own creation, his own IP. So this looks cool too. It sounds like it's a world where everybody kind of where we're heading actually in reality, where everybody's kind of, you know, going inside their heads and, using computers to augment reality. And this is about a guy that chooses to reject all that. And then there's a murder mystery or something like that. And he's trying to figure out, who did it, that kind of thing. And this also one of the Comixology originals that Dark Horse eventually puts out in paperback or print afterwards. So this is a Dark Horse book. It's one of 3. It looks like it's $4.99 now. So Night of the Ghoul #1 was $4.99 as well, and that seemed like it was 2 issues put in one, which I think is worth $4.99 cover price, because it's like you're getting double the issues for $1 more than the standard comic cover price. So check that one out. I really like that cover. I think that's very cool and very interesting. So, all right, clear #1 from Dark Horse Comics, and here is the Diamond Code. So check that one out. And then finally, this one I'm really excited about, Phantom Road #1. This is Jeff Lemire, Jordi Belair, and Gabriel Walta. It's a mini series. It's described as a grindhouse fantasy kind of comic. I didn't read in too much into what it is, but just looking at this cover, you got a guy with a crowbar that's bloody and some monsters in the distance. And I really like that image. So I think this looks cool. And Jeff Lemire is an awesome writer. He's been getting into horror lately. Like, he just been doing the 10,000, was it the Boneyard Mythos, I think is a shared horror universe he's been doing lately. And there's previews here, so let's take a look at some of the pages. Oh yeah, this looks good. Oh, I like the colors a lot on this. Very blood red, and yeah, very interesting. Oh, cool. Yeah, this looks good. I am in. This looks great. And Jeff Lemire is usually very little I've read from him that I didn't like. I'd say 90% of the time the stuff he writes has been a home run. So this will probably be a good one too, especially if you like horror movies and things like that. So yeah, check it out. Phantom Road by Jeff Lemire, and Jordi Belair is a great artist too. So this is going to be a home run. It says Jordi Belair and Gabriel Hernandez Walta. Maybe Gabriel Walta is the artist? Looking at the cover here, I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. It's one of them. So, all right. So if you're looking to get Phantom Road, the Diamond Code is right here. Just give that to your retailer and tell them that you want Phantom Road. It looks like a really good month this month for comics on Diamond. So I usually find, every month I can find like 3 or 4 really solid titles, that are just starting that I want to check out. It's usually by really good powerhouse creators, or it just looks so good that you can't ignore it, so definitely check those out. All right, everybody, that's it for the January recommendations this month. Please, subscribe, like, share this video. Come back on Tuesday nights. We've moved our live streams to Tuesday nights, every other Tuesday night at 9 p.m. for the moment, but we're thinking about in March moving to 8:30 p.m. just because our live streams have been, going over an hour. Like, we started out, wanting to do an hour, but they've been moving into more of the 90-minute territory, sometimes 2 hours. So it's, so we thought if we started earlier and if we ran late, it wouldn't be a big deal. We could still, finish it up and then, go on to do whatever we need to do before work the next day, so gotta get that work in, so thank you guys for watching. Have a great week. And most importantly, read some comics. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.